Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And today, as you can probably already see from the top list right here, we have a ton of things to discuss. But first guys, let's make it clear. The Ripple v. SEC lawsuit is taking a very long time. I agree with you completely, and it is very, very annoying. Now, that's one side of things. On the other side of things, the Ripple v. SEC lawsuit is basically breaking down. What I mean with that is that right now, you might also say that Ripple, nor kind of the SEC, but mostly Ripple, does not want to come to a conclusion, and that's why they keep stalling because, well, more and more hidden stuff around the SEC is being found out. And think about this for a second, guys. If Ripple and the SEC were to settle, it would be on terms that they both like. If you win via summary judgment, which the judge decides, you can actually win with a full strike. And potentially, due to all the new information that's being shared here, it could be that Ripple doesn't find that first option of coming to terms with the SEC appealing anymore because they just almost are certain that they would win. All the stuff we've covered over the last couple of days has made me so certain of that, guys. For example, here we got a back and forth with Ripple and the SEC about the employees being allowed to trade XRP or not. And one of the most stupid replies they could have ever given was, well, whatever our employees do, has no relevance. Whatever rules we've set in place has no relevance. We're basing everything on Howey, even though we realize we're screwing ourselves up to the point where we caused the birth of the Ripple test, because specifically that Howey part is also difficult. The Ripple v. SEC lawsuit also talks a lot about this Howey, and when Ripple asked in their interrogatories about how exactly Howey is applied, specifically to Ripple and others, and to prove, because in all of these documents, specifically the latest reply, they really claim it's an objective test. It looks at really what Ripple's efforts were objectively on paper and what type of promises they gave. When Ripple asked for that, they're like, yeah, what we think is not relevant. What we can find that's not relevant. Blah, blah, blah. They keep shouting this non-relevancy. I think that's because they have nothing better to say. So, of course, you're going to try something because you have no way out. You have no way out at all. And that's, guys, why I'm so freaking bullish on everything, man. Now, for example, the US SEC recently started investigating Uniswap. People are afraid now because they're thinking, oh no, Uniswap is this, that. All I can say about that is if you have some strange things going on with Uniswap, you might want to kind of cash out a little bit. Be careful because you notice now with Ripple, we could get a pretty big discount if the US SEC actually turns from investigating into suing, something you should understand. Now, in the same sense, guys, many people on the internet, a lot of articles were made. Even still today, I see a couple of articles made about how the SEC won. The SEC this, the SEC that, all in a positive light. Where I'm just thinking, this is the most normal thing in the world. You don't have to really be too happy or sad with all of this. Where, again, the SEC basically got allowed to see some of Ripple's messages. Where, again, all the lawyers, and I already stated a couple videos ago, this is a fine thing for the SEC to be granted. There was a pretty high chance it was going to be granted because there's just a ton of messages that Ripple missed. Right? Because Ripple should have looked it up already a couple of months ago. They didn't because they missed it because of some error. And so it's not so strange that the judge says, yeah, but you still have to look it up. Even though it's a big burden, still not too crazy, right? So that's kind of a back knowledge a little bit. One thing that's also, I guess, really being a big factor to Ripple's win right now is this specific stuff that the crypto law accountant John Dean keeps sharing. Was Hinman providing clarity to the markets with his Ethereum speech? CNBC thought so, and then Hinman himself went to CNBC and confirmed it into camera. It keeps happening, guys. They're screwing themselves deeper and deeper and deeper into the freaking hole. It's rather funny. Now, one thing that's also noticeable is that I made a video a couple of days ago about XRP being relisted. On the same sense, XRP is also getting into some financial institutions' holdings, for example, SBI. But that's the thing. Japan has their stuff together. So me getting excited about Japan, one exchange in Japan relisting XRP, or them opening a fund with XRP, it's cool, but I mean, it's normal over there because XRP is properly regulated, so it's just a choice. You can just do it. So from some perspective, we shouldn't be that excited. From another perspective, it's really still cool. But I know you guys are still waiting for the US to be relisted. Well, you still have Uphold, you still have BITRUE. There are still ways to buy it in the US. Talking about US, this is what I found really fascinating here as well. I'm not sure exactly where I have it open right now. Here. I just saw this article. Mayoral candidate Sliwa vows to make New York City the most crypto-friendly city in the US. I know for a fact that right now buying crypto in the US is awful, specifically in New York. If you compare the United States to, for example, Europe, in Europe you can press almost any platform out there in the world. It's simple. In the US, you have to kind of look for which platforms are allowed to be used, and then specifically New York City has almost nothing that is allowed, which is really freaking crazy. You can buy almost nothing over there. So for them to make a statement like that, well, it's a candidate, so I guess it's pretty interesting. All right, let's see into some of the stuff that came out a couple of hours ago, because John Dean has been ranting over on Twitter. Bitcoin and, okay, let's first go over to the top, I guess. Consider the following. Clayton and Hinman worked closely together before the SEC. Clayton brings Hinman on board to join him and the SEC. Joe Lubin is the co-founder of Ethereum and founder of Consensus. Clayton's law firm represented Lubin and Consensus. Hinman's law firm was on the board of the Ether Alliance and represented clients involved with the Ethereum Foundation. Hinman met with Lubin and Consensus prior to his June 14, 2018, Bitcoin and Ether are not security speech. Lubin was part of the Hinman speech conference. In October 2020, One River makes about $1 billion worth of bet on Bitcoin and Ether. 2 months later, on his last day at the SEC, Clayton directed the filing of the enforcement action against Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, Chris Larsen, asserting the ridiculous claim that even today, XRP is a security. Let's quickly check it out. Oh, this tweet is unavailable. Let's see. I can't see it. All right, let's go. This is all, we already covered that before. It's just saying that there was a rally after this speech on Ethereum and Bitcoin. Less than 12 weeks after leaving the SEC, Clayton joins One River, and while Bitcoin and Ether are declared commodities and given clarity, Ripple and XRP are buried in litigation. With all this in mind, watch DAI's clip below. XRP holders can't watch without disgust. Because, here, who helped write the Hinman speech? Who was in the 63 emails sent regarding the speech? Where's Hinman's public calendar? Where's the 2018 Hinman Tech GC video? This is because Consensus, Joe Lubin, and a lot of those guys over there, they're really happy with the way that the SEC handled all of this, because obviously they got out of it in a really positive way. I can actually show you guys this video. I don't think it's too copyrighted, but we shall see. I hope not. So let me play it for you guys. It's about a minute and a half.
Technology is going to have to grapple with regulatory issues where Ethereum and Bitcoin have already cleared that bar and been declared commodities. So it's going to be spectacularly difficult for a new, even high-quality technology and team to build a tokenized blockchain protocol and get real engagement for it. They're essentially going to have to distribute their token broadly and equitably in order to have legitimacy and excitement from their community, and they're really going to have to promise their community that this token is going to grow in value by the agency of some core team, and by definition that's a security. And so they're in this quandary where they have to sell security.
See, this is all also interesting already, because he's saying about they would have to, for example, right now there's a really big debate between the SEC and just normal people in the world that, look at this, about, what is the timeline going to be looking like? Like, for example, let's say you start up a project. Can you be a security for the first 3 years and then be fine, or can you not at all? Or does it work with a sale if you do a pre-sale, for example? Or do you have to register some sort of way? I would say it like this, guys. If you're planning to launch a crypto with a pre-sale, you'll have to file for the SEC to file it, but you're not a security straight at the bat. It's only if you're not completely clear in 3 years that you turn out to be a security, and that's when you get, definitely some repercussions. But just quickly letting you guys know.
Almost by definition, and therefore, almost by definition, they're not going to be able to distribute it broadly and equitably because they're going to have to be distributing to accredited investors. And so we've seen some pretty good teams and protocols built what are now called VC coins that are not gaining the traction that, say, 2 years ago, the VCs were excited about. And so there will be attempts, but the VCs don't seem to be very interested in supporting new computing protocols. So,
That is once more pretty annoying to see. So a VC coin is basically a coin that does not have a public sale, but basically does it in the proper manner, just not having a public sale like that to build your protocol, but basically going to the proper investors, which again is still a screwed up concept in the United States, but go to those proper investors to get your capital, which is more difficult. Some guys say it's easier. I would say it's a lot more difficult, but that's kind of the approach that Ripple took on this one. Yet, look at him talk like that. It's pretty funny to me. All right, moving on, because we have more and more and more. Let's see where we go on. DIA asks 4 critical questions. Who helped him? Who were in the emails? Where is his calendar? And where is the Hinman video of him talking? Lubin proclaims how other projects are speculatorily disadvantaged. Bitcoin either have a huge advantage because the other projects must now deal with the SEC. He argues how the other tokens are basically securities. When you consider the pass that Ethereum was given by Clayton, Hinman, and the SEC, you would think he would have more grace. You simply cannot overstate the significance and the advantage that the Hinman speech provided to Ether and Bitcoin. I have said for months, it makes no legal or common sense to claim today's XRP itself as a security, and that there must be an ulterior move behind the Ripple lawsuit. 2 things to say about this one. One, it makes no sense to say XP was any security for most of the time, except for potentially the first little bit because Ripple had a lot of control. But if it's right now still a security, then the lawsuit should be from the moment it stopped, from 2013, for example, up to now. But since the lawsuit is stopped on the 22nd of December, I would say that that's when XRP got properly decentralized, following their words. So what made it change? Why? Do they acknowledge that it's properly decentralized or not? As well, these things are kind of difficult. At least to me they are, right? It's such a big hassle. It's not simple to fix this type of stuff, guys. It is not simple. But ultimately, I think it'll fix itself, though, because, well, the judge is going to look at that, and the SEC is being investigated right now. So once more, I think it'll fix itself. But that was kind of a summary of what's going on here. It's just so skewed. It's so messed up. It's so messed up, guys. Especially if you start to think about how this all ties in together. How does this make sense? How have they not been found out yet? And again, the pass that the SEC has been given, that Ethereum has been given, is if we put the token sale at the start aside. That is literally what the speech said. If we put the entire token sale that they did, the entire pre-sale aside, they were good. Stupid. Now, guys, I also have a second channel, by the way, 5-Minute Crypto. You might want to check that out. A link is down below. You should follow it. It's cool. It's a cool little place for me where I talk. Let's see what else I got here because I had a lot of stuff. Is Bitcoin bubble about to burst? A lot of people ask me this. Even on Instagram, it was one of the most asked questions. Is crypto going to pop? Is crypto going to go down? No, I don't think so. Will we see ups and downs? Yes. But is crypto a bubble? I would say no. People are finding real utility in it. And even though NFTs might be a bubble, crypto itself is not. Then Binance tells South Africa regulator it doesn't have jurisdiction over crypto. South Africa's Financial Sector Conduct Authority says it doesn't regulate crypto, and that didn't stop it from issuing a public warning about the exchange, though, which Binance kind of gave the big middle finger to. Solana is pumping up, and I still find it amazing just to watch this project grow and grow and go. Almost $200 in such a short amount of time. It's really crazy to me. Cannot lie to you. It's really mind-boggling. But that's the things. That's the way that sometimes these things move, huh? It's all the way at the top before you know it, I guess. Cardano's now having a couple of meetups. They put up the places where they're going to be doing those meetups. Abu Dhabi, Ho Chi Minh City, and Mexico City is where they're going to be doing it. And you, of course, have the online community gathering as well. By the way, guys, my trades, if you're wondering, they're still doing good over on Bybit. If you also want to trade on Bybit, make sure you check it out. A link is down below. Looking pretty juicy, though, if you were to ask me. Now let's quickly check it out. What else did I have here? Time is running out to load up on these altcoins. Yeah, Credible Crypto talked about some altcoins. But the thing is, guys, almost all altcoins are kind of out of time to buy, right? Because they keep getting more and more expensive as time moves on here. And so, yeah, you could keep saying, oh, it's going to be just before the big spike. Or he thinks XP and HBAR are going to get a higher return than Solana in the near future. I mean, guys, yeah, I think so too. But there's a lot of other crypto which will have in the same type of sense a movement. So, yeah, it's difficult. But all right. Guys, make sure you check out 5-Minute Crypto. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today. Thank you all for watching. Take care.